I was traveling down the road, headed back toward Arkansas, and I saw a sign that said, Windlass Hill Pioneer Homestead. Well, I looked here, but then here's a sign that I don't like to see, but I did follow what it says. This area is closed. I had to get my camera and zoom in to see what exactly that sign said behind there. But what it said, that there was a Methodist minister that came here. He built a stone house, some rubble behind that sign. And this is where the Oregon and California Trail came right by. And Windlass Hill is to the left. But then I guess somebody built later on a little adobe home. It's getting disrepair and everything else. But I wish they would put a marker up about that, because they don't have those. And then looking this direction, the highest peak over there, that's the hill that the Oregon and California Trail had to come down. When they left Missouri, this was the first major drop-off for them. Ramblin' Rusty signing off. Okay, this is Ramblin' Rusty. I have spent one fabulous week at the Hansen Research Station digging for dinosaur bones. Now I am headed back toward Arkansas, and here I saw a sign that says Windlass Hill. So right now I am going to wander up here, and here is, I guess this is a facsimile of what a covered wagon would be like. Inside here, there's some information. Here it talks about it. Rough going. Many stories are built around the ideas that wagons were let down this grade with a windlass. Others say a stubbing post was used. No evidence, historical or archaeological find, tells of any such device here. Historians class the legend of Windlass Hill an interesting folk tale created during later years. Covered wagon immigrants were often skilled in taking wagons through rough terrain as this. Some are shown different things. Here I'll zoom in for the wagon brakes. And then they had I crossed the Platte River, North Platte River, just recently. Uphill traveling could be more difficult, it says, because lightened their loads and made double trips. In the Conestoga wagon, which most of the shapes were done, and on the hillside are the tracks left by the wagons, passed here over a century ago. If you want to climb the hill, please use the walkway to your right. From up there at the top, they had to come down. And originally, this ravine was just a pair of tracks left by a wagon. But over the years, water came rushing down and washed out the big hole in the ground. And there's a sign that says Oregon and California Trail. I am probably maybe 2/3 of the way to the top of what they call Windlass Hill. And I use the term, there was less wind here, but the windlass term that they were using, this was a mechanism that they would stationary one end, hook it to a wagon, let it down carefully. And so they had this little bench here. Let me get up and show you, just for me to sit down and add another segment to my vlog. There's the view that I came up. Here's a nice place, and I did not want to disappoint them, so I stopped by and rested a minute. Okay, I got up here, and guess what? There's another bench here, and the trail keeps on going up. So guess what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and use the bench. All right, I'm about 3/4 of the way up to the top of Windlass Hill. And here is a marker showing this is part of the Oregon Trail, marked by the state of Nebraska. And it's going up there. I will make it to the top. But here we see the yucca blooming. It's beautiful. And the yucca flowers taste pretty good. Try them next time. I am now at the top of Windlass Hill. This is the view. Let me zoom in a little more. They came from the east, headed west, and they would pass there. You can see the small dwelling down at the bottom of the hill. Just to the left of that building, a Methodist preacher had built a homestead there. And when you read the sign, it says he got a patent for the homestead. I don't know what they really mean by patent, but anyway. So here's a little marker. Zoom out a little bit. It says here, wagon-covered travelers face the most difficult terrain since their departure from Missouri. One man said, "I cannot say at what angle we descended, but it was so great that some go so far to say the road hangs a little past the perpendicular." Windlass Hill. Again, they went on down this direction. Let me zoom in. That one building you can see down there to the left of that is some stones. That was original parsonage and person that lived there to welcome the travelers coming by. Out west, you will see many of these windmills. Right now, there is no wind blowing, so it's not going. Usually they're set up to pump water for the cattle.